Hey guys, welcome back to the next video. In this video, we are going to compare two products of containers. So these two products are used for creating containers. One is a familiar one, which is Docker Engine. We have already seen the architecture of the Docker Engine. We now know what exactly the Docker Engine looks like, and this is something which we have seen on the previous video about the Docker Engine. Now, let's talk about another tool here, which is used for creating containers called Podman. Now, Podman derived from Kubernetes again, so it is basically to manage the pods in terms of creating containers. Now, the difference or the first difference which I can see visually is that Docker is a service which runs when you start the Docker, correct? But Podman, on the other hand, is daemonless, which means that there'll be no service running for Podman when you issue the Podman command. All right, so that is the primary observable differences between, Docker and Podman to start with. So in terms of the daemon process, which is used in Docker, is a centralized process which actually runs on the background. And what it does is basically it manages all the containers. All Docker commands interact with this daemon to have a proper functionality for that command. So the daemon should be always running when you're executing the Docker command. In terms of Podman, as it follows a daemonless architecture, which means it doesn't require a centralized daemon to be managing a container. Each Podman command spawns up its own container process directly, which can be beneficial for improving security and ease of use. Now, you can control this Podman's own or individual process using Podman's manager. So that we will talk a little later. The next thing is I would say as a difference is you don't really need to use a root user for both this situation. So rootless containers, which means that you have to do a little extra configuration over here in terms of Docker to set up primarily the rootless configuration. But in terms of Podman, it's going to be pretty much very easy and straightforward. There's not much complex configuration required for Podman to have it running as a rootless user when you compare it with Docker. The next one is basically the compatibility. So in terms of Docker, which has been used in for many years right now, it's been an industry standard for containerization. For a very long time, we've been using Docker synonymous with the word containers. It has been largely, it has a large user base and an extensive ecosystem of tools, images, and third-party integration. When you compare that with Podman, it aims to become compatible with Docker in terms of commands and syntaxes, making it relatively easy for Docker users to transition to Podman. Podman can run Docker container images and Docker compose files. So that's what I've given. The Docker file and the CLI commands are both the same for Docker and Podman. So Podman has the relative commands, and it has taken the influence from the Docker in creating most of the commands, or all of the commands, I would say. In terms of features, I would say Docker provides a comprehensive set of features and tools for building, packaging, distributing, and orchestrating containers. Yes, as it includes Docker Compose for defining multi-container application and Docker Swarm for container orchestration. While Podman, on the other hand, primarily focus on core container runtime. It also features like a pod management similar to Kubernetes pods, container auto restart policies, and support for building and running container. In terms of the use case, right? So where would you use Docker? Docker is suitable for a wide range of use cases, from development and testing to production deployments. It is also commonly used in various cloud environments and has a strong presence in industry. In terms of Podman is often preferred in a scenario where a daemonless and a rootless container runtime is desired for security and ease of use. It's a good fit for developers, DevOps teams, and environments where container security is top priority. That pretty much summarizes both Docker and Podman as a powerful containerization tools, but the choice between them depends on the specific requirements and preference. Docker is well-suitable platform with a broad set of features, while Podman offers security-focused daemonless and runs container runtimes, making it compelling choice for certain use cases, especially in a security-conscious environment. Now let's look at the architecture here and let's find out the difference between Docker and Podman. So Docker, when you start it, you're going to get this Docker D, but there is no command to start it. So you can only start a container directly. Okay, so you're going to have non-root user for both of them. And in terms of it's going to use the same container D and run C as you are using it for the Docker as well. And it also has the same facility over here to connect to Kubernetes, which is from the container D. And it also connects with run C as well. So when it's run on the host system, it basically uses the kernel features to enable or to create those containers based, just like how Docker is created. Now, as I told you earlier, Podman has an advantage over Docker, as in like it is running daemonless, and it directly starts the process to start these containers as a separate process. Now, it is quite advantageous in terms of security oriented services where in a particular service where if you feel like the security is more important, so Podman is much more useful in that case than compared with the Docker engine. More on Podman later. So just wanted to introduce to another kind of a container solution so that you are aware that Docker is not the only containerization solution for you. Now let's go a little further and try to understand what can be put above these containerization, about the container orchestration from next video onwards, and then we will try to understand what is orchestration and what are the different types of orchestrations or different products we have and how it actually connects with this architecture, and then how we can make this architecture a little more expanding with more details about those items connecting to your Docker and other services, other container services. Thanks again for watching this video. Your review means everything to me. Every review I'm going to make even better videos with the better reviews. Thanks again for watching this video. If this video is something which you like, please ask your friends to also subscribe to this video, and do subscribe to whenever there is a discount, because Udemy discount is what is given right now in this video, which means that it is the maximum discount. There is nothing else I can do towards discounting this further down the line, because this is in the maximum discount at this moment. So it won't change for some time at least. It will be always at this price. So please suggest your friends to take this video, and it will really help me out. Thanks again for watching this video. I'll see you on the next one.